And welcome back to episode 110 of the Hit the Showers podcast, presented to you by the Foolproof Entertainment Network. As always, I am your host, Clifford Jordan Jennings, here with my point man and punk ass co-host, Malcolm First Round Exit.
You already look back at the tape. You already used that one. That one was already used.
Oh shit! Well, I guess your teams get a lot of first round exits then, because
we got 3 first round picks. That's all I can say.
What's
going on, fellas?
We got Coach Mike in the building. What's happening, Coach?
What's going on, fellas?
You know, just another one. We got OG Mike Brown in the building.
What's up, peeps?
And then we got Pops back again. What's happening, Pops?
What's going on, shower heads?
Mark, I'll let you introduce our guest. We got a guest in the building.
Cousin over here, punk ass Dion, wannabe motherfucking whack ass Steelers Brown in the building. What's going on, Dion?
Chilling.
That was kind of confusing because his last name is Brown, and you was talking about the Steelers. So,
right.
For my shower head out there, what are you saying? What are you saying about this Steelers?
The punk ass Steelers fan. That's what I'm saying.
He wants Baker Mayfield over.
The hell was Baker Mayfield?
I was about to say, let me find out.
I'll take a college quarterback.
He wants Derek Carr.
Quarterback.
Oh, here we go.
Actually, Carr may be a good fit in Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
hell no.
Thank you, Mike.
I think we said that before.
Yeah,
y'all need him. Y'all need somebody.
We don't need Carr.
I tell you what, Carr is better than anything y'all got right now.
Yeah, y'all got a whole
like Carr.
Y'all got a whole room full of trash.
I don't like Carr either.
Right.
But
yeah, we just got trash right now.
Yeah, since we don't usually have a Steelers fan, and we ain't gonna just jump on you early, but
I don't give a fuck.
I do want you to take on your quarterback situation, because I think that's pretty interesting with y'all bringing in Mitch. I think Mitch is very close to the same level of the quarterbacks you currently have.
Currently have 3 backup quarterbacks.
And you think Mitch is a starter?
Well, we'll see what he can do. I mean, I don't know. He really hasn't had much experience since he came in. He's just been behind guys, so
right.
He's just been a backup. So
So you hoping for the best. Coach Mike over there shaking his head. He don't agree.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like he was able to manage a couple of games on the rare occasion Josh Allen, needed to breathe. He didn't fuck things up. He did great. I mean, he was fine in the preseason.
Yeah, in the preseason.
Right.
Yeah, I think
Against all the NFL's backups,
Exactly. He's the backup.
Yeah, I think he is a backup. I think y'all's best bet is to look for something in the draft. I saw a mock draft where y'all picked up Malik Willis, but that was pretty low in that mock draft. Like, I think that was at like 8 or 9.
I mean, was Ben a first-round pick when they drafted him?
Yeah.
Was he?
Yeah.
I knew he was a big deal coming out of Miami of Ohio, but like he wasn't at a big name school. He wasn't at a Power 5 school. Like, I think that's what Pittsburgh needs to do, is needs to find that diamond in the rough coming out of, something that's borderline.
Out of nowhere.
Right.
FCS, Football Championship Series, versus, I don't remember what the delineations are anymore, but 1AA versus 1A.
Listen,
Like, they almost need to find somebody like that.
That's your boy Malik. He coming out of Liberty.
There you go.
Exactly.
That's nowhere you hear anybody coming out of.
Yeah, nobody coming out of Liberty.
Right. And I think he's a good quarterback, if I'm being honest. I think he is. He looks good from what I saw.
He was dropping some dimes in the
that pro day shit
combine.
or whatever.
Combine.
Yeah, I think he might be decent. If he's still on the board, I think y'all should definitely think about picking up a quarterback in general. But I would definitely like him.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Because I don't know how much confidence I got in Mitch either. But it's been too many.
And I have zero confidence in Mason Rudolph and Haskins.
On a
Zero
previous
confidence.
episode, I had actually said that I think that Rudolph would beat Haskins out in that situation, and I think that he would edge Trubisky out. Like, if you really gave him a head-to-head shot, and that pick would bite him in the ass, because it's like, damn, did you need him?
I mean, there's no way those 3 quarterbacks are making it to the season, right? Like,
Yeah, somebody's going.
Someone will go find a backup job elsewhere, or be done with the league.
I don't know. They're all kind of young, don't you think?
Well, that's why I think that they could find their way into a backup spot.
Baker Mayfield.
We're not going with Baker Mayfield,
my
bro.
bad. That just came out. It fell out of me.
Listen, why don't you guys take Baker
when you
Mayfield?
said that, that's what I was thinking about.
But here's the thing, though. Like, if it depends on what version of the Steelers we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
If the Steelers kind of return to their roots and continue to be kind of that run-heavy team, Baker coming off on a play action, not bad. I mean, that's all Ben ever fucking did. Like, yeah, Ben was good enough that he could tear it up, but like his game early on was that was it.
I think Baker's pretty good.
You think Baker what?
I think Baker's pretty good. I think Baker would be great for Pittsburgh. I think Baker would be real good. I think a healthy Baker would be good.
Right, that's the
key.
We're not-
Can he stay healthy? And I mean,
Hurts
honestly,
your shoulder. How healthy are you going to be?
But my question is, you know what? We're not in the organization, so we don't know exactly what Baker was going through, because a young Baker actually was setting it on fire. That's why he got all these commercials come up.
Yeah, but he fell off.
and we also know though that the Cleveland organization is trash.
Okay, but let me ask you a question. You're talking about Odell Beckham, who didn't want to play with Baker, which means you have a cancer on your team. With that being a cancer, how are you supposed to heal your career if you have a cancer trying to kill it? So you got Odell Beckham
and Jarvis.
Jarvis was not catching everything in the beginning lately, and Njoku wasn't playing that good as well. Hunt got hurt. You still had your boy running the ball. What can we give
Chubbs.
you? Chubbs running the ball. Chubb is still doing his thing. Chubb don't say much.
Yeah.
He's kind of he runs, he gets off, he's quiet. My thing is, you don't know what Baker was going through, and as a quarterback, once you get into my head, it's hard for me to get those ghosts.
Well,
and
it was the commercials. They wasn't correlating into gameplay on the field, man. Is what happened to Baker, I think. You know what I mean? They sabotaged his career with the little commercials he had going on, with the cheese, on?
So sometimes going to a new team might put that new spark in you because it gives you new life. Another thing I'm going to say is I think, honestly, Atlanta got the diamond of the rough. I think Marcus Mariota going to shock a lot of people because the thing people don't understand is the Baker Mayfield thing is Mariota wasn't playing that bad where he was.
Right.
He had a coach that came in who didn't believe in him and started putting him down. Now Mariota had a chance to study under Gruden, and he had a chance to study under Gruden, and so he learned his little things in there. I think Mariota actually is going to come out and show you what he could do because I actually thought he played good for the Raiders. I just think they held him down because they didn't want to have a quarterback controversy.
Yeah,
no, I agree there.
Yeah.
I agree there.
Well, and I've always said about Mariota, he needs to be in the right system. Like, he is not a pocket passer, so you've got to find ways. You've got to find teams that are willing to expand the offense and go more RPO style things for him.
Right.
I didn't think Tennessee was a system for him.
Yeah,
when he got hurt, I didn't think it was for him. You know what I mean? Because that's like you say, a lot of play action was going on.
But that's the problem with a quarterback like Mariota coming out of a system like Oregon when what was it? Chip Kelly was there. Was it Chip? Sorry.
Right.
Yeah,
you're right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like that system did not translate well to the NFL. Ask the Eagles.
Right.
I mean, at the end of the day, quarterbacks like that, most of the time, they don't make it.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. They threw him to the Wolves.
He definitely got thrown to the Wolves in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. He definitely did. That's half the reason why he kept getting hurt like that.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
And with what you saying, Mike, with not being prepared coming from Oregon into that situation, it's almost like fuck. Like what you expect that boy to do? Right. And he didn't do bad. And Pops, you are right. I agree. He didn't do bad in Tennessee before he got all banged up.
Now, I guess my question is like I'm with Pops in terms of like I do think Mariota could be a guy that could show us something, but is Atlanta the right system? Like I feel like Matt Ryan was a pretty heavy pocket passer. Like
true to fact, but understand that
we saw what happened when they played the Bills and Matt Ryan decided to slide into the end zone and not make it. Mm-hmm. Right, it cost them the game. Like they're not used to doing that shit. So
he's still gonna give you 4,000 yards, Mike, though, a year.
Look where he's at, though. You
just said,
huh?
They're not playing against the strongest teams.
Yeah.
So he had the chance. He had the chance to develop himself with a decent team.
I think, yeah.
I think Mariota, it's any team at this point.
Right.
I think any team that's going to give you a shot is going to end up being a good fit because you're not going to really find a fit anywhere else.
Actually, you know where he would fit really well, but he'd be a backup?
Philly?
Well, maybe Philly. Buffalo, dude.
I could see him in
Philly. Okay.
You come in and
there we go.
You think Buffalo?
Yeah, because then we'd have two run threat quarterbacks and it wouldn't fucking matter which one was in.
See, that's the thing. I don't think Mariota's a backup quarterback. I think he deserves to be I think right where he went, he's about to shock the world. Just like I told everybody last year before the season was going, I said Cincinnati was going to be the surprise team.
That's your call out this year. Is that Mariota?
This year, Mariota. I'm calling Mariota. I called out Cincinnati last year. I'm calling Mariota this year. This year, I think Mariota's going to come in. He's going to shock it because that one game he played for Oakland that they talk bad about him when we played against San Diego. He was actually bringing us back. We were down by 3 touchdowns. Right. He was bringing us back to the point we lost in the end because he threw the interception at the end of the game. But if you look at the stats, he should never have been in that situation where we would even been down if you let him come in fresh. If he'd have played the whole entire game, we wouldn't even been down in the first place. So when it came down to that interception, when Carr has done that time after time after time,
right.
And yet talk bad about Mariota for one game, one play, but yet the game that Carr was losing, Mariota brought us back.
Right.
So I think if Mariota in Atlanta gets a fresh shot, a nice little chance to play starting quarterback, he will shock the world. Everybody's gonna regret the fact that they didn't pick him up.
Yeah,
it's his second time around for a starting position, ain't it?
No.
I mean, he started before in Tennessee, but I'm saying,
yeah, Tennessee's where he got his feet wet as a rookie, coming in for a couple of years, three some years. He got let go when he got a new coach. He came in and studied under John Gruden, who makes good quarterbacks. He's just not a good head coach of offensive play calling, but he's an excellent coach for building up quarterbacks, just not a good play caller. He has good plays, but he don't know how to call them.
Right.
So now he studied under Derek Carr. He sees how it was done for Derek Carr with 3 years. So now all of a sudden, with all that he's learned, all that he's studied, and all that he grew up in, now it's time for him to shine.
But
just like
the one thing is he ain't got reps though.
Right, but see, what I see him is if you pay attention back in the past, Mike Brown, you should know this. Rich Gannon played for Kansas City, who's also a superstar quarterback who sat behind another quarterback. But then when he got a chance to shine in Oakland, he took off.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I'm saying,
Rich Gannon.
I mean, I'm willing
you saying Rich Gannon,
right?
I'm willing to give Mariota a shot, but I think he's an NFL journeyman who never gets it done. And I don't know that he maintains a starting position. Like, yes, Atlanta, he's got a shot. Atlanta may be his one shot. So I'm with you. I'm curious to see it.
He's
injury prone now too. So we didn't forget all about that. He's injury prone.
Okay,
you ain't forget.
I can't say injury prone again. See, there we go again. See, we're making our own decisions, we're making our own assumptions. The thing, what I'm saying is, if you took Mariota, let Mariota play where Derek Carr was, that means Derek Carr has a quarterback controversy. Why is it that as soon as John Gruden left and as soon as Bisaccia and them took over, all of a sudden Mariota was not injured anymore?
Yeah, that was definitely interesting. He was taken off of injury reserve the day after they released Gruden.
But John Gruden is Derek Carr's next door neighbor and close friend. So therefore, you cannot have a quarterback controversy, because if Mariota's healthy and Derek Carr was losing the way he was losing, everybody want to start screaming for Marcus Mariota.
They were at games.
Yep.
When Mike and Dominic went to the game, they said they were screaming in the stands, put in Mariota.
So they're screaming for Mariota, but if he's hurt, you can't play him. But if he's healthy, now you got to explain why you won't use him.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know that Mariota deserves that much attention. I mean, he did sign a 2-year, $18,750,000 contract. He had $6,750,000 guaranteed, so he's on the low tier. They're definitely giving him a contract like he's a journeyman.
Right.
That's a journeyman contract. We'll see what he does with it.
And Atlanta is like thinking about the future at this point, like moving on for Matt Ryan.
Right.
So, give Mariota
got Kyle Pitts down there to throw to.
Yeah, he's gonna have some targets. He's gonna be able to, like Pop said, it definitely could happen for him to have a standout season this year.
You got Ridley.
Yeah, he has he's not being put in a worse situation.
No.
Right.
But I want to talk about Tyreek Hill going to Miami.
Why?
He must see something that we don't.
Right.
Well,
no, he doesn't. You know what he saw?
Yeah, that's
right.
Well, he already said it. He said
that's it.
But to him, that makes sense. He said, "I'm already in Miami with my family all the time. I clearly love Miami, and you're offering me the bag." For him, that's kind of like with Tom Brady going to Tampa Bay.
And he probably also knows that his speed doesn't last forever.
Right.
Oh.
It doesn't last forever.
Right.
And so he might as well go get that paycheck now, because he is one injury away from not being that threat.
I can see that.
You never know though. What was your boy? I bring him up all the time. Darryl Green for the Washington Redskins.
That's the one.
He was the fastest man in the NFL, and he was at 38, still running folks down at the cornerback.
How often do you see that?
I hear you.
That's not something that we see often, right? That's every blue moon. I mean,
well, and Tyreek
hasn't played since what, the 80s.
I'm just saying, there's less. You don't get banged up as much. You don't get banged up as much in this era of football like you did in that one, and he was at that cornerback position. Whereas wide receivers now can't be touched unless it's like a catch over the middle, which a lot don't do.
Right.
So
Tyreek does though.
He does go over the middle from time to time.
Yeah, because he's little. Yeah, he's little.
But what I'm getting at is
he's stacked though. He's stacked.
He should have like a couple more years left in him than the average.
Well, and honestly, he will, because there ain't a quarterback in Miami that'll be able to get the ball to him.
Right.
Watch out. They might be in the draft. They might be getting something in the draft.
I hear you, but I mean, as a Bills fan, seeing Tyreek Hill come into the division should scare me, but it does. It gives me hope for being able to knock off fucking Kansas City now. Because Tyreek Hill is the one that's beat us the last 2 years.
Yeah,
in the playoffs.
That's true. Yeah. So, Mike, you think Patrick Mahomes is still got something to throw to?
I mean, he does, but Tyreek Hill is the only thing that's hurt us the last 2 years.
Man,
they got Juju and Scantling now,
and Travis Kelce.
Fair, but we didn't have anybody that could keep pace with Tyreek. So, now it's just a matter our defense will have to get to Tua or Bridgewater or whoever the fuck Miami's quarterback is at the time.
Tua.
I got a question.
He said Bridgewater.
I said Tua first, but I said Bridgewater.
Right, Tua, you got him. You got it.
I got a question. So we know that this was Patrick Mahomes' worst year of his career. Statistically.
Yeah. Well, that's because teams, it's the same with any new quarterback that comes into the league, right? And any quarterback that starts off hot the way he did. And don't get me wrong, Kansas City is still the team to beat in the AFC.
Right. I think so too.
Think Patrick Mahomes is still the quarterback to beat.
Now, here's where it gets interesting.
Coming up, but go ahead.
Here's where it gets interesting, right? Is that you had Tyreek Hill on your team as a wide receiver, which could clean up a lot of your balls, like your overthrown balls, or like he provides a cushion with his speed. The fact that you now have Juju Smith-Schuster and Scantling, I question, are you going to look as good as throwing to Tyreek Hill?
I think
I know he still puts the ball on a dot for the most part, but it's going to take a lot of good route running now because you're sacrificing speed. One, don't think Juju's the best route runner. That's one. Scantling, I'll give him a little bit. But it's still I feel like the
equalizer there though is not the receivers. It's the Kansas City offensive line.
That's interesting.
He's got time to throw.
Yeah. That's a good point.
But see, I listen to what you say, Mike. I'm sorry, I got to break it down to you real quick. Let's look back at it. You said Kansas City is a team to beat. All Denver needed was a quarterback.
Yeah.
Denver had one of the top defenses in the league. All they needed was a quarterback. Now they got a great one. Oakland is not the same Oakland team they were, but now they have a whole different type of offense, and they also have a new receiver in the league that was one of the top and number one.
They still have the Raider organization.
And the organization don't play. It's the team on the field. And they went to the playoffs last year, and now they got a better coach, and it looks like they're doing a lot of free agency. But that's not what I'm talking about. Yeah. San Diego has a great quarterback. San Diego has a good offense, and now they just added Khalil Mack, which goes along with Bosa, which gives them a stronger defense. Now, Let's go Kansas City again. Now, you take off Hill, who only really caught short yard passes and took him to the house. But now he has receivers that can go down the field and catch balls deep. There's the difference between the new Patrick Mahomes. See, the new Patrick Mahomes has things to throw to. Before he had to use the little underneath, and it's Travis Kelce. Now he has receivers that can actually spread the thing open, which gives him more room because he has legs to run. So now he can run more, and his running back is good. And now he opened the field up wider. So now you have a more dangerous Patrick Mahomes because he's now opened up the field.
Well, as long as he's got the confidence. I think his confidence was shook. He played his worst game.
I think his confidence
in the biggest moment in the AFC title game.
I think his confidence has been shook all season last season.
That's why they're changing it up.
But at the same time, I'm not gonna argue that. I'm not gonna argue that. That may be accurate. But what I will say is I still agree with Mike as far as Kansas City is the team to beat in the AFC because the other teams have made improvements, but they're still unproven.
Right.
We don't know what Denver does with Russell, although it looks good on paper. We don't know what Oakland does with Adams, although it looks good on paper. Right now, we know Kansas City consistently makes that AFC championship game.
I give you that. I give you that what you're saying, but what I'm saying is when I say that Denver has improved, they didn't have a quarterback.
Yeah, no, Denver is the scariest team.
I agree with
you.
that.
They had two great receivers. They had two good receivers, but nobody to get it to them.
Well, and I think at this point it's, what's Russell still got? I mean,
exactly.
And he's still young in his career and that, but I mean, he's not, like the Seahawks haven't exactly been great the last couple of seasons.
But that's not on Russ all the way.
That's not on Russ.
It's not on Russ. He has all those great targets.
I mean, you got to look. I keep telling y'all, you got to look at the fact that sometimes, it's not the player that he is, it's where he's at. Sometimes you put him in somewhere he wants to be, put him somewhere that he has something to work with. It's like, well, now watch me cook.
I definitely think he's going to have added motivation this year.
I mean, has Denver ever had a black quarterback?
Yeah, Teddy Bridgewater.
That's what I was about to say.
Was Bridgewater there? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't go there, Mike. Your Buffalo Bills ain't show up to Deion Sanders' HBCU pro
showdown.
Yeah. Don't do that. I don't know if the Bills have.
We got Cole Beasley though, so.
Right. You stupid. He dropped one too many inbounds in the locker room. No, I'm just playing. But yeah, the only black quarterback the Bills seen was your boy from Ohio State.
No, didn't Tyrod?
They had Tyrod too. They had Tyrod for a hot second. He gets hurt so much, I forget where,
Yeah.
But he was the one that was the genesis of the Bills turning it around was Tyrod.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Right before Josh kind of came on the scene, he was making us at least a contender for the playoffs.
You're right. I agree. But yeah, that
I mean, I hate to say this, but what about Cincinnati? I mean, they're the ones who took down Patrick Mahomes twice last year.
It's true.
Both by multiple touchdowns.
And they improved.
Both games.
They did improve their offensive
improved
line.
Offensive line.
Yeah. They signed 2 offensive line.
How isn't Burrow?
So
how isn't Burrow and the Bengals the team to beat in the AFC?
Because they've only done it once. KC has done it 4 out of the last 5 years.
They did it twice to him last year in both games.
I understand, and I'm not arguing with that point.
Right.
They're not the dynasty that Kansas City is right now, though.
They're not, but
they will.
beat
Bengals.
Mahomes, so.
The Bengals gonna bangle. That's all I'm gonna say.
The Bengals gonna bangle.
That's
Listen, that's a funny saying, and I think there's accuracy to it.
Oh no, the Bills already Bills. I never get my hopes too far up. This last game, playoff game against KC, I tell you what, was the most excited and most emotionally draining football game. And I've been coaching for 15 years.
Right.
Was the most draining football game I've watched in my lifetime.
So they needed a whole other quarter to sort that shit out.
No doubt. And I was standing from the 2-minute warning on.
I
Not my living room.
All I know is since I've been watching football that the Kings only last for so long. You only got like a 3-year window. And if you don't do nothing in your 3 years, it's time for you to start rebuilding.
That's Tom Brady.
Right. I agree.
Unless you're Brady, then you got 20 years.
Right.
Yeah, but you know what? Tom Brady didn't do it every year. He lose a year, win a year, lose a year. So he comes and goes. But you know what? Even they had to fold too. That's the anomaly. He only had 8 years. He named another quarterback who did it. So that was a one-lifetime thing. So, but majority of it, you look at the majority of the real watching football. Most Kings last for 3 to 5 years, and then the teams fall apart. So now a new dynasty comes on. Somebody figure it out. Just like where did the Rams come from? They were not a big time winner. They was not dogging everybody. Pittsburgh done it for years. They flash, they do strong, and then they disappear for a minute. They come strong, they disappear. The thing about them is the organization knows how to rebuild. So they start back over again, and you get a strong Pittsburgh team again because of the same person that put that team together the first time is still there. Yeah. Pittsburgh is a team that they do it because their organization knows how to build, but they also fall down when people figure them out. But they come back because they have an organization that knows how to build. And Rams are starting to win because they have an organization now that knows how to build. That's why Kansas City has to rebuild, because this thing they had last year, the year before, now it's starting not to work. Because you just said Patrick Mahomes' confidence is getting shook. Why? Because it's time to rebuild. That's all I'm trying to say. Yeah. I'm not picking anybody special. I'm just pointing the fact that most teams that have a king, they dominate for a minute. People figure them out. Now you have to turn around. A good organization will take out the broken pieces and replace them with something new. That's what the Patriots did for years, right?
Yeah.
And they wouldn't. The thing with the Patriot organization was they wouldn't replace it with top tier talent most of the time. They would find the right combination of like journeymen and people that had been shunned from elsewhere and find a way to make it work, because that's exactly Bill Belichick. Like, and he runs that organization.
Right.
Agree.
Right. No, I definitely agree there.
So here's my thing. But fuck all this team's going to do that. This team has the best. Has anybody looked at, let's start off with your own team. Has anybody looked at their own team's schedule this upcoming season? Anybody on this show yet looked at their own personal team's upcoming season? Schedule this season.
Nah.
No, not yet, but we know we got to play a couple divisional games.
What's that background noise?
I don't know who that is. Dion, where you at?
That's Brown on the toilet.
No, it's probably cars driving by. Dion got cars driving by and shit.
Is it? Sound like a radio station talking muffled or something, or an alien signal from the.
Let's see, Dion. Try to mute it and let's see if it's you. It might be you because you're outside. Huh?
Yeah.
Yes, Dion. Yeah.
Yep, you got something going on in you. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, he got.
I mean, have they published the schedule yet?
Yeah, they've been out for a while.
They've been out for a while.
All right, I just pulled up ESPN.com and the 22 schedule is still not there. So that's where
I
haven't been able to find it.
It said who you playing. It didn't say what day or
right.
Oh, okay.
It gave you who you're playing, the teams that you will be playing.
Right.
Okay.
So I have checked it out, and Oakland got a tough schedule again. What I'm banking on is what we talked about earlier. I'm not going to say nothing great about Oakland, but what I am saying is we talked about the regime of the background. So we just got in New England's offensive coordinator has been coaching them for years. So now I'm going to see what Carr can do with this new offense, this new high style of play. And I have seen that they brought in players, like you said, that the blue collars, the journeymen, the ones that are hungry and want to play. So I'm kind of proud of Oakland, but I'm not gonna ride that wave yet until I see something. I think there should be improvements, but I don't know how they look. So I'm looking at other teams right now just to see who I can root for to give me some kind of entertainment while I see what my team do.
Hey,
by the way, the Bills play the Bengals. The Bills play the Bengals in Cincinnati. Anybody want to go?
I'll go that one.
I wouldn't be against that.
I would be interested in that.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't be against that. When is it? We'll figure it out.
Well, figure that out when they publish it.
Right. Yeah.
They just give you the game.
What was you about to say, Mike?
Oh, I forgot.
Hey, if I'm not mistaken, y'all, Vegas plays in Pittsburgh.
Do they?
Well, I thought we didn't. Oh wait, yeah. They at least have that. Yeah. Let me see.
that ass.
He said
They just
wax
didn't
that
say a
ass.
weekly play, but they did say we play in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, y'all play the yeah. They do play the Raiders. Yeah, in Pittsburgh. Sure do.
That's an easy
I might
win.
have to go to that.
An easy
That's a good
win.
win. That's a good win to go.
Yeah, for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Pittsburgh.
I remember what I was going to say now. I didn't like
You wanna put
Gus
some money on
Bradley's
it?
defense.
I do. I will.
Ooh,
I put money on it.
Cliff, you
I
might have to jot this down and get the cash.
Yeah, listen. Listen now, we'll get there when we get
I'm
there.
not scared.
You know, I live or die Raiders till I die.
You like our new defensive coordinator?
I love him.
Yeah.
Listen.
Hey, he bringing in players, hitters. He ain't, like you said, he bringing in journeymen that are hitters. He ain't bringing in them guys that come in and want to get a contract. He bringing them guys that want to hit. That's why I like him so far. And Chandler Jones and Max Crosby, that's gonna be a nice one.
We gonna see.
And he done robbed.
What is that?
Can't
Is
wait,
that a
bro.
system?
Who's that?
Yeah,
That's
what?
outside.
Dion, never mind. Dion got one of his toys in the background or
Something.
That's
I
you
don't know what
texting.
that is.
He's
Wow,
playing
it
with
almost
his
sounds
toys,
like a
yeah,
bad like
yeah.
aux cord. You know what I mean?
Is it?
My fucking goddamn Beats headset, bro. They're like pick up everything in the background from here to Kingdom Come.
Oh. Yeah,
I need to talk shit.
I didn't hear it doing that before. I don't know what that's about. But excuse me.
I got somebody mowing their lawn like 4 houses away.
Oh, that's what that is. Okay.
Like they're literally like 5 miles away, bro.
Okay. What was we talking about?
I don't know.
Defensive coordinator for Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, I gotta see what y'all do. I gotta see what y'all do, cause this, you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of.
Money on them.
We'll find out when we get there. We gotta see what happens, what week we play, and who's available.
Draft, I don't need anything, a schedule, nothing. Y'all coming to Pittsburgh, y'all gonna lose.
That's confidence right there.
I
boy.
heard that.
Okay.
I heard that.
Wow.
I don't know. I just think it'll be a repeat of last year.
You said a repeat of last year? Well, no, what I was about to say is I think that this reminds me of when the Raiders got Jerry Rice. I know Jerry Rice was older, you know what I'm saying? But like everybody got hyped like it was gonna be the determining factor of the season. And I don't think that Devontae Adams is gonna be the determining factor of our season.
When they got Jerry Rice, they went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
We did get fucked out of that Super Bowl.
Boy, that's don't come on, man.
You played against your old. It didn't change the playbook, but we did go to the Super Bowl with Jerry Rice. And you gave Derek Carr his best friend, his old college teammate,
Right.
a player that they won the championship with. So I don't know, man. They fired up. And Devontae Adams is also a Raiders fan growing up as a kid.
Right.
So that's even more motivation for him to come in and start. I'm not saying that he will.
Pressure too.
Motivation.
I still want
pressure?
to see Hunter Renfro and all of them get
A lot
off.
of pressure.
Yeah.
Oh, you know Hunter's gonna get off.
I don't see no pressure. I see it being a nice thing.
Yeah, I don't see it being pressure either.
They just took the boy from Miami, that the one receiver, the 6'4" guy that's pretty good. I can't remember his name. What's his name? Got long hair. They caught the ball against us when man, they won the game because of him. But he's pretty tall, 6'4". He got nice straight line speed. He's not fast, but he gets speed because he had them long strides. He's a good catcher.
Wide receiver?
Receiver. Yeah, we got a receiver from the Miami Dolphins that was one of the receivers that was pretty decent.
Yeah, because I can't even picture who you're talking about.
I can't remember his name. But then we also took the receiver from the Kansas City Chiefs. That was pretty decent. So it's like they're putting a receiving core together. We have a running back. Only one I want to see really that I haven't seen in a while is a running back is Amir Abdullah. Amir Abdullah was excellent when he ran the ball for Wisconsin. He was a big time. He was a speedster. He was elusive.
Mm-hmm.
On to her about Josh Jacobs. So therefore, when you ask me, I think Derek Carr is going to be really proud because he has a whole lot more weapons than he had last year, and he went to the playoffs last year. He's got better weapons now than he had when we went to the the playoffs in 2016 when we had Crabtree and Amari. So I actually think that he's going to look a lot better. When you give him weapons to throw to, he's actually a decent quarterback.
Listen.
Problem is we're just going to have to see. But then again, you don't know how Josh McDaniels' offense is. It carried time. Wow. So you don't know. And also,
you're right on that.
Jones, we talked about Jones. We said he wasn't that good, but in that offense that McDaniels runs, he looked good last year.
All I'm saying is if Carr has a subpar season this year, with all of the accommodations that they have made for him, they better chase him out of Vegas with pitchforks and torches.
Yeah, he has no excuses anymore.
I agree.
I'm so sick of him coming up short. It makes me sick.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I agree.
I mean, but look at the team he's played for, though, too. I mean, the organization seriously, the organization finally started to get better this past offseason. But all jokes aside, I've been clowning on the Raiders since last year when y'all fucking had, what's his name? The
Mike Mayock and
Mike
John
Mayock,
Gruden.
y'all's GM, and that's what I'm saying. Nobody was taking y'all serious. Now, even me, offline, Pops, just I'm gonna tell you this. I've been, and Michael Brown, you too. I've been giving the Raiders credit. Like, man, we're gonna see what they're gonna do this year. You know, I'm kind of excited for y'all. Like, low key, like we're gonna see it's turnaround. Y'all got Mike Mayock and John Gruden.
I'm looking at Philadelphia the same way, bro. Looking at Philadelphia the same way. They're in your division.
Not just yet.
Y'all plant flowers and do what you do.
He's talking shit, but that had no look. He's just talking shit, but that totally had no relevancy.
I mean, it was great timing, bro.
Stupid,
and this is the kind of people y'all had in y'all's organization. That's why the Raiders ultimately lose.
The Raiders, right.
People like him are cheering for the Raiders. You know, that's
right. You were cheering and saying bad stuff about my team, bro. So I was just trying to defend them.
Y'all still let your boy go. What's his name?
Carl Nassib.
Right. Malcolm's favorite name to say.
That might have been your. Hey, that might have been your.
Hey, that was his hit the shower one week, wasn't it? Hey. And then where he come from? He came from Penn State.
Listen,
if I'm not
you
mistaken,
know more about him than I do. Apparently,
he was on our team, bro.
Well, I don't think Cliff and Pops know too much about the dude like that.
I want to know about.
Right, you feel me? Michael tell you where he grew up at, what his mom's name was.
You're a hater, man.
A hater. But I'm excited to see. I'm definitely excited to see.
I can't wait.
I look with weary eyes.
Chandler Jones, though, y'all keep leaving him out.
Man,
Chandler Jones.
No, Chandler's gonna do good with next Crosby. Pops already mentioned that.
I want to see defense. I want to see them bring in some defense. I want a middle linebacker. You know what was funny is I was looking at the mock drafts this year, right? All the way down to, I think they had Kenny Pickett going at 6. It was all offensive lineman and edge rush.
Right.
And I was wondering, like, is that where we've evolved to as a league, as the NFL as a whole, to where, like, you know how we go through different, like, phases where, like, tight end's the most important, and then it goes to your running back, and then, deep ball receivers, right? And I feel like, are we at the phase now of no core defense, like no strong middle?
I've been saying that for the last 2 years on this show.
Have you?
Dave?
There are no name brand middle linebackers in the NFL right now. There are no, outside of Indomica, there are no name brand interior defensive linemen right now.
I don't get it.
Because we've gone away from power run and it's all edge. It's all like you don't see teams running inside trap.
And
running
that's why they kill us over the middle. Get killed over the middle. I see teams get killed over the middle all the time because there's no.
Well, hopefully this time around that we got a new defensive coordinator that we'll be able to do more blitzing because we wasn't doing that. We wasn't even getting nowhere near anybody's quarterback. So now,
not consistently, no.
Right. So now, hopefully, with Graham, that we can get at some people's quarterbacks. You know, with Max Crosby and that Chandler cat. You know.
Right.
But Cliff, circling back to your point, the reason you don't see that in the NFL right now, that you don't see middle linebackers and defensive linemen, is you don't see running backs either. Everything is fucking run. That's why fucking what's his name from Tennessee, Henry, like that's why he's so good because nobody else has a fucking running back that goes like that. Right. Kansas City has their little combo of backs, and again, people struggle with them because nobody has that in the NFL.
The running back has turned to the scat back.
Right, has become a slash type player, or they get rid of the running back altogether and they put the slot back in the running back position.
Right.
Like,
well, you do that because
Mike, y'all got a nice running back too, Mike.
No, we don't.
Singletary.
No, Singletary's trash.
What was you about to say about
trash?
The reason why
he said he's trash.
Running backs are not as strong anymore is because now you actually can't hit them anymore.
Right.
You know, you don't have to hit the quarterback. You hit the quarterback in any way, shape, or form, you got 15-yard penalties right off the rip. So now I would throw the ball more as well. You can't hit the receiver unless you actually catches the ball and looks right at you.
Right.
No reason. So now receivers are not scared to go across the middle. They're not scared to go deep balling because now it's a deep ball passing league because you got the quarterback got time to throw the ball.
Right.
Because you hit him, you got 15-yard penalties. So the defenders actually don't know how to play anymore.
Right.
Until we get that out, why should we run the ball? I mean, if I could throw the ball and if you hit my quarterback, I got 15 extra yards, even if I don't catch it.
Right. That's an excellent point.
If you hit my receiver because his head was turned one way and you just tap him, you illegally hit him.
Spotted the ball.
So we got the ball. So why take a chance on getting 3 yards in a cloud of dust when I can go for the whole run?
That's an excellent point. That is
the only place you see 3 yards in a cloud of dust anymore is high school football. And Pee Wee, like high school down.
Well, that's because people don't have the natural arm talent at that level. Otherwise, you would see it would be the same way, you know.
But even college is the same way right now. Like it is all throw. Like the percentage of run to pass these days is just absurd. Like or pass to run rather. Like, and that's been. And again, don't get me wrong. I think the NFL. I think football as a sport is cyclical. And I think we will see a return back to it at some point. But right now, it is an edge game. It is a throw the ball game. And it's the pussification of football.
I'm with that.
Football is not the man's sport anymore. It's not.
I agree.
I mean, I joke about it all the time. If the rules that are in place right now were in place when I played in college, I wouldn't have made it out of a fucking game. Right. Sometimes you got to let a quarterback know you're there, and that means hitting him after the ball's gone.
Right. Right. Right.
If you do it now, you got penalized.
No doubt.
Not only penalized, you get ejected.
Right.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
So
now, that's what I'm curious about. I do wonder if we're going to start to see that start to wind back because I do think people complain about it enough. And while I understand the aspect of player safety issue, the fact that can happen by incident, like What kills me is in high school games where they throw a kid out for targeting. Like, nah, that running back was falling down when he made the tackle. Like, how you going to eject a high school kid or a college kid for that shit? Get the fuck out of here. Like, and the fact that the NFL has it at all is just
ridiculous because you get paid millions of dollars.
Right. No, I agree with that 100%.
That's why you get paid millions, because guess what? We know it's dangerous.
Right.
And you still choose to do it.
I just feel like you don't see a lot of malicious hits in the league nowadays anyway, to be trying to over enforce a rule that's like, well, wait, like it wasn't like he was trying to hurt the man. It just so happened to come like that.
There's no rules tailored to the game right now.
Right. Get rid of targeting and go back to maybe enforcing unnecessary roughness a little bit more. But to the point, I don't know that I've seen a hit in the NFL in 2 years, 3 years.
Like a good one.
Because if you do it, they do it. You watch them. After they hit, they look at the referee like,
I didn't do it. I didn't do it. Right. It's like the opposite of basketball when they think they get fouled and throw their hands up.
Right.
Like you see the defender, even on pass plays where they break it up, they immediately look at the ref and then they be like, incomplete. But he said it. It was incomplete. No pass interference. That shit crazy. I just feel like in any sport where you overly involve the referee, it's going to end up being watered down. Yeah, it's dead. It's dead from here. Because the ref shouldn't be actively involved. The whole reason of a referee is to stop things from getting out of hand.
Right.
But not to incorporate yourself into a game to where your decision can dictate the win or the loss. In that's where we start getting a little too wild for me.
Yep.
That's where we've left the game and the politics have gotten involved too much to where now you ask people why legal betting ain't here in every state for reasons like that.
Right.
Because we know refs is in back pockets still to this day.
I mean, refs at all levels are in back pockets. Anybody that's ever coached or played high school football in Ohio and has gone outside of the outer belt knows that shit.
I'm not even speaking about Ohio. I'm just speaking about high school ball in general. That's the worst because you're not being monitored as much.
Oh, not at all. And man, like my favorite one ever was my first year as a defensive coordinator. We went down to Ironton. And had a tackle for loss on fourth down. Tackle for loss on fourth down by like 3 yards. And when the official spotted the ball, it was a yard ahead. Just insane.
Yeah, but football, I think that's the major issue right now is I think any sport, not just football, to repeat myself, basketball too. When you got a ref involved like that, you're killing it.
Yeah. And it's also you got to take the subjectivity out of it. Like that's the biggest issue with the rules that they put in place is that it's all fucking subjective. Right. Like either it's all reviewable or none of it's reviewable.
Right.
Agreed.
Right. No, you are absolutely correct. But fuck the rules. I guess there's still some things we haven't touched on. I want to touch on Matt Ryan going to the Colts. 5-year, $150.
5 years seems like a lot for Matt Ryan.
It's a lot.
It does. I'm not gonna lie about that. My niggas sound like what?
Dion, try to leave and rejoin. Maybe that might work.
Yeah, that can't be somebody's lawn. I don't know what that is, G.
He got the iPhone too.
I don't know what he off of. That's an iPod. He on the podcast.
Did iPod touch?
But yeah, no, the five does sound crazy. Secondly, how much, if any, of an upgrade is that from Carson Wentz?
It's a
I think
big
it's a nice.
upgrade.
You think?
I think it's a nice.
I know. There's no thought. Anybody's a big upgrade than Carson Wentz. It's Carson Wentz. That's a rhetorical question.
I agree with
that shouldn't even be a thought.
Yeah, I agree with Malcolm. I think, but honestly, I think that
Sound like
Ryan's on his way out. I think he's on his way out. I think he's just basically playing for the money now. But I also think that he got a shot. Now they got a good team over there. If his heart is in it, he could make a nice run.
I think.
But if his heart ain't,
go ahead.
Go ahead. I say his heart is in it. If his heart is in it, he can make a nice run. He's still a good quarterback.
Right.
He still knows the game. He's smarter than he used to be. He never was really mobile. The question is, how good is his arm? Because you really couldn't tell about his arm that much in Atlanta, so I don't know. So at the end of as he's slipping down, I don't know how good his arm is anymore. So I don't know.
I think
who's that? Matt Ryan?
Yeah.
He's gonna get you your 4,000 yards a year, man.
I think
Mike,
this
Mike,
is
you say that
running back.
Quarterback.
I've heard that was that running back.
No, because there are some good quarterbacks that do throw that many yards in the NFL that no one pays attention to every year.
That's fair.
And Matt Ryan's been one of them for some years. You know, even when he lost to the Patriots that time.
I mean, the Colts were what? The Colts were like a 500 team, right? They were 9-8, something like that.
Because those are empty stats, just like Carr.
Right.
You can throw for 4,000 yards, but if you're making the playoffs, then what the fuck does that stat mean? That means nothing. But my whole thing is, I think this is another like Ryan Fitzpatrick situation going to the Redskins.
Well, Washington football team.
Oh, I'm sorry. Right. Well, you know what I mean.
Or what are gladiators?
Right, or Commanders. I'm sorry.
Commanders.
Right.
Yeah.
The Commanders. Sorry, the Commanders. My bad.
But yeah, no. Well, he was on the Redskins when he got traded. So. But yeah, I think it's just another one of those situations where it's like you said, he's on his way out. You don't know how far how close he is to out, and I think he's a little closer than people expect.
I think so too.
Which is why I think that Wentz could have been a better fit. He didn't have an awful season last year.
Doesn't matter.
Give him 2.
He was 15 for 15, wasn't he?
Give him 2. What you mean?
I don't think Matt Ryan's gonna do okay in the AFC.
Carson Wentz had what? 15 touchdowns, 15 interceptions.
Did he?
He looked horrible.
Yeah, that's not good.
I don't think that was right.
Pull it up.
That didn't shock me, Michael. So for the Colts, for the Colts, he threw
27-7.
He threw 27-7, 62.4 completion, 94.6 rating. But it's still Carson Wentz, meaning he's still injury prone.
You're just saying that because you have a deep-seated opinion about him. I won't even call it a dislike or a hatred, but you have an opinion about him because of your Eagles. And I don't know why you have it, because y'all won the fucking Super Bowl that year.
It doesn't
get over
matter.
it. Feel me? Get the fuck over it.
We're not talking. First of all, y'all niggas ain't won since the 80s. Let's hold up now.
Whoa, here we go. So you got to throw that.
Like I said, y'all the type to get some talent and still suck ass, might I say? But that's against the point.
Wow.
I'm just calling it how it is. I've been on this earth 30 years and haven't seen the Raiders win a championship. No disrespect.
Oh, okay. And you've seen the Eagles.
My team had, this year my team won. My son was born. What are you talking about, bro?
Broken wings, my nigga.
Anyways, back to the original point. It's not about and murderers and fucking sex offenders and some other people on the team. Let's talk.
Talking about Cleveland?
Here we go. Oh man, we're getting deep.
The whole point I was saying is
Carson Wentz,
no matter where you put Carson Wentz at, having played for Philly or not, he's not a good player, Cliff.
He's the one who took you guys there, though.
Hold on, Michael's my floor.
I keep telling you that he took you there, bro.
Hold on, bro. That Raiders shit, quit cutting somebody off. God damn, wait your turn, man. You just like one of my kids. Wait your damn turn, Michael.
Go ahead.
All I'm saying is, ending on this is Wentz is like an RG3 to me. He had one mediocre set of time to play. After that, he hasn't been shit. He's still gonna get hurt. All his trades have in them. If he plays so many snaps, so and so will receive this conditional pick. That should tell y'all all.
So what's the last quarterback that put up those stats in Indianapolis? Aside from Adam Luck and Peyton Manning.
Andrew Luck and Phillip Rivers.
Right.
Hold on, Cliff. Yeah. Phillip Rivers. It took him
Phillip
there.
Rivers
First
did.
And last
Phillip
year he was there.
Phillip Rivers did. I forgot about Phillip being in
Boy,
Indy.
Come on now. Don't let the youngest nigga on the show. Come on now.
I forgot all about Phillip being in Indy.
Yeah, but Phillip Rivers did really well in Indy that
Phillip Rivers did do well.
He did do
But
well.
he was also on his way out as well. That's another one on his way
Yes.
out. What I'm saying is Wentz still has years in him. And for him to have, you don't think? Well, you say that because of injury.
He gonna get injured every year, like Tony Romo.
Right.
He's got like the Romo effect.
Right. He's just not your guy. He's not the guy. He's good for flag football. You put him after retirement flag football, probably your flag football league MVP. But in the NFL, he's not. He just can't get it done.
He said flag football MVP. You funny. You funny, man.
You know what I mean? He beat the flag football like Cliff in our league. He'd be the MVP clearly. You know, but in NFL, I mean, you just
ain't cutting it, huh? He just ain't.
I think Wentz has something.
When Frank Reich, I'll give you this, Cliff. When Frank Reich, who helped develop Wentz that first initial year, helped Wentz be the man that he was before injury, when he takes you and he cuts you after the first year and y'all have rapport, and he was begging for you to come. He wanted you. He was happy when you was coming to Indianapolis. That's a problem. When somebody that knows you cuts you, somebody that knows you, somebody that's seen you shine, helped you shine, ends up having to cut you again.
I'll give you that.
There's a problem because you're my boy, right? Like, I'm bringing you here because out of faith of what I've seen you do before. And I know the chemistry we have, but if I have to cut you that same season at the end, or trade you, I should say, it's like, there's something not.
So
not
do
clicking.
you think stats were enough?
No, because it wasn't like, looking back at it, y'all, I will agree. Like, the stats didn't sound as bad. Like, they didn't sound like White Mike said 27-7. That didn't sound bad at all. Like, especially for Carson Wentz. Like, sound like a decent season. But it's like, at the end of the day, it's Carson Wentz. You're gonna get injured, and you're not gonna win a championship. You're not. You're not gonna get it done. You're in that same group. Fitzpatrick's, the Kirk Cousins, you're just the journeyman. That's what he is too. He's a journeyman.
But once again, it's been proven with this past year that you can win a Super Bowl with one of those quarterbacks.
Matt Stafford
is one of those quarterbacks.
No, Matt Stafford
always had stats.
He always had stats. Cliff, you didn't watch. Cliff, I know you. You didn't watch him and pay attention like that because he was in Detroit. I don't blame you. I didn't either. But I at least knew that he definitely put up stats. Calvin Johnson was a big reason. We'll give you that. But even after that, Matt Stafford was still a great quarterback. I always knew, put this way, always knew you put him on a good team, he could win. So what I'm saying is I wasn't shocked that he won on the Rams. I wasn't one bit. He was always a good quarterback. He was on a shitty team.
But I bet you money you couldn't put Carson Wentz in the damn Rams and he win the championship. Wouldn't happen.
No, I definitely agree on that. I agree. Or Cincinnati. I agree.
He's not a championship quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's all I was saying about him.
I just feel like that's tough to say, right? That's tough to say.
You don't got 19 weeks, bro.
That's not right. Now but that's the issue right there. Because I was about to say it's tough to say that he can't be a championship quarterback when he essentially got you there.
No, Wentz never got anybody anywhere.
He did. He got Philly there.
But you get caught up, Cliff. Your problem is you get caught up on the one-hit wonders. I go back to once again.
That's you.
Chris Johnson had a 2,000-yard season. Where was he at the next year? The fastest man in the league at one point. The fastest man in the league. Just as fast as he was, He was just as fast going on out the next season. Never heard from him again.
Regardless.
What happened to Rocket Asian now?
Because here's my thing, and it's not about a one-hit wonder anything. It's about a situation. It's the same way we talked about Marcus Mariota.
I knew you was gonna bring him up.
If a man is doing it and he gets hurt and he gets released because he's injury prone, quote unquote, but he doesn't get released because of his actual performance, then I still leave room for that man to have an additional performance that way.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? It'd be different if they cut him because he had a shitty season in Indy. Then I'm like, well, maybe y'all are right. But y'all are cutting him because y'all know he's unreliable. He may not be there when you need him. So get him out of there.
So you're okay with somebody like that?
No, I'm just saying that maybe those were bad seasons. You don't know that he can't have a season where he shows up every week.
I'm a common denominator, right? If I give you if you are with this team, don't do well with them, they don't want you. They gave, meaning Philly, we gave up money. We lost, we didn't profit off of getting rid of him. We went more into the negative because it was that bad. Right? Then you go to Indy.
Well,
right?
Philly
You get a second
Philly.
chance there. Philly going Philly, and Philly going to make it hurt. Yeah. AKA Jalen. Yeah. We're going to make it
Go
hurt.
ahead and get your point out, Malcolm.
Right.
You go ahead, Nick Foles.
But
Hey,
I know that's what he wants to
That's
say.
the only quarterback they should have kept.
I don't
I
want to
know
hear
that's what he
shit
wants to
from-
say, y'all.
go ahead, Coach Mike. Go ahead, Coach Mike.
I don't want to hear shit from the Raider fans that talked about their fucking defensive coordinator for 20 minutes. So go ahead.
I love it. Yes.
No, I'm off the Wentz. I just think that he's not, like I said, he's not going to ever be an elite quarterback. He can be maybe a backup.
Oh, no, I'm not saying elite by no means.
Well, I don't put it this way. Would you ever want him in Vegas? If y'all had a chance to get him in Vegas, would you want Carson Wentz? Would
No.
any of y'all Raiders want Carson
All right,
Wentz?
then.
The fresh Carson Wentz, the fresh one. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
taking him to Vegas.
I
The
agree
one
with
that
I
got
agree with
Philadelphia to the Super Bowl.
Mike. I agree with Mike.
But y'all have to
You
think
know.
at that time the weapons that we had in the coach. It was more than just y'all. Got to think it wasn't like it was just Carson Wentz.
Cards
There was a
always
great-
had some sort of weapon.
right,
He's
right,
never been weaponless.
right.
They've never sent him to war with no weapons.
That's why I don't give him no excuses. That's another thing. You've always had some weapons, Carson, like Jonathan Taylor in Indianapolis. That's what gave him
Exactly.
the 7 interceptions because he had a running game.
He only threw the ball like 10 times a damn game.
Right, right.
40 carries, 10 passes. Jonathan Taylor got 4 touchdowns, Indianapolis really straight by.
That's because he Mr. Glass, and they ain't want to put him in too many
Because
positions.
he
where
gonna
he
get
can-
hurt. So why would you even keep him on your team?
Right.
He's gonna get hurt. He does
I
not
don't
have
know.
19 weeks of healthiness in him.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I feel like it all depends on where you put him. You got to think. We're talking about Philly,
Okay, what
and we're
team would
talking
you
about
put Carson Wentz
Indianapolis.
on
I'm
right
not
now that
saying
he's gonna go 19 weeks and win you a Super Bowl?
But Philly made
Kansas
the playoffs
City?
when they weren't expected to do.
Okay.
nothing.
Tampa Bay.
You think Carson Wentz he's healthy enough to go for 19 games?
Who is?
Carson
Wentz.
No.
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
I think if you put him behind an elite line, he'll have a lot better.
I think Michael Brown and your pops have a better chance of staying healthy at their current ages in the league playing quarterback than Carson Wentz does. And I truly mean that. Look at Pops.
You
Pops
gotta
got
get
the half
one
cut
on, John.
shirt. Look at
Go ahead,
Pops.
get it in,
Pops got
Malcolm.
the half cut on shirt, got the guns out, and the
Yeah.
he ready to go. Michael Brown,
Yeah.
you got the punching bag. Just work on the footwork. You ready to go.
He's about to put the water bottle.
You feel me?
Stupid, man.
I'm just saying they for their ages, like for real, man, like they might be able to come in there for real with some training and last longer in the season, damn near than Carson Wentz. That's a problem. That's a problem. That's all I'm saying, Cliff. That's a problem. And don't forget, he had a line in Indianapolis because that Quentin Nelson,
That's why I said he didn't have a
Yeah.
bad. I said Indianapolis wasn't quite the same, but
that was a nice little squad, low key. But yeah, he's just a journeyman. I don't think.
No, I agree there, but I also agree that he might have a little more magic in him.
He could.
He might have a couple more cards up his sleeve that y'all ain't ready to talk about.
Well, if he's too busy duck hunting all the time, which I used to see that on Instagram. I don't know how focused he is.
All right.
I can't stand him. I do.
He can go be a great backup for like the Jets or the Jaguars or something, but
you know what? I'll say this. I'll end it with this. Carson Wentz to me is kind of turning out to be like a Joe Flacco. Y'all remember when Joe Flacco had like that one hot or two seasons?
I don't think you can say that.
He had one good season where he won the Super Bowl. That's
right,
it.
He did, and they gave him that big extension, and then that man Lamar came. And
but
then,
Joe Flacco won the Super Bowl.
Right, but what you have been stuck on was he damn near should have won it, is what you and Michael Brown were saying, because you said he led us there, which meant if he stayed healthy, y'all were saying to me that he also would have won it himself. So we're saying that he was on pace that first year to win it all, right? Because he had the stats, he helped lead us there. So what I'm saying is Carson Wentz, I didn't fucking forgot my damn point talking about this.
Yeah, because you
stuck on the wrong shit.
You got no point.
I forgot it. I feel like
he got you guys there. That's the bottom line. We'll drop it. But he got y'all there, and we knew it.
Fuck Wentz.
And you knew it.
Fuck Wentz. Let's talk about my nigga Odell.
Been a quarterback for the Las Vegas, whatever Raiders for like 30 years. So
I got a question.
Go ahead, Pops.
This one on something we talked about last year or earlier last year, and I want to figure out what we all had a debate last year, and I missed a lot, so I don't know where y'all got with this. Now, our year 2 quarterbacks. Think about that. Our year 2 quarterbacks this year, we all talked about who's going to do something special, who's going to do something. And I told y'all before, I actually liked your boy from the Jets, and I also like. Yeah, I like Zach Wilson, and I also like Chicago Bears, Justin Fields. We dogged Mac Jones. Mac Jones had a decent year. But now take away his quarterback now. Now he's actually going to play with a new coordinator. He's going to play in a different style of offense. So now you're not going to have that like Tom Brady. Tom Brady threw a lot of quick, short passes, and his team took over and starred, helped him out. So
pause real quick though. You don't think Belichick runs the offense?
Right.
No.
You don't think Belichick runs the offense?
No. I know. Belichick's a defensive. He's a bit of a defensive mind. He
knows the owner
organization with an iron fist. I think Belichick runs it all.
You pick your style of coach.
The Belichick Patriots.
Andy Reid tell you all the time. You watch Kansas City Chiefs. He don't call the offenses. He lets his offense. He picked the players that he picked his coaches to run his offense. To run
mustache runs the offense.
He stayed back. He took his hands off of it.
Till he picked that clipboard up like this, and he'd be like, "Listen, motherfuckers, I know y'all supposed to run the offense, but I'm calling this play right here. Y'all been fucking
run that motherfucking play, and it's over."
At this day, hey, you pick a team. You find a coach that you like, the offensive style you like, and you bring in that coordinator. That coordinator comes and runs his offense. You're not going to pick a top flight offensive coordinator and tell him he's going to come in there and run this offense which he knows nothing about.
Right.
You pick an offensive coordinator based upon the simple fact that his offense, you like how he runs it.
Right.
So you're going to bring him in. He's going to run his offense, and you're going to critique it to how you like it because you're the head coach.
Right. I agree for most coaches. I do not agree with that statement for Andy Reid and Bill Belichick.
I'm just telling you, Randy Reid said it. He said it, and you can see it on there.
Of course, he's going to say that. Like, what's
he said? He lets you say. Okay, so let me ask you a question. When Tom Brady came in, he was running the offense. They were losing when they was running their offense, Tampa Bay offense. When they was running the Tampa Bay offense, Tom Brady was getting his ass kicked.
Right. Tom Brady started running Belichick's offense.
Which came from his offense coordinator who taught him his offense, and then Tom Brady changed the offense.
That offensive coordinator was not there that long.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
We'll see. All I'm going to say is we'll see what Mac Jones does this year, and we will see if he's running that same style of offense.
Well, I bet he is, because Belichick doesn't – I mean,
I think
Belichick changes how Belichick wants to change.
And I do remember at one time when Josh McDaniels left New England, New England was not, they were not turning out at one time. They brought him back.
He shit on Indianapolis.
Tell me how they were doing when Josh McDaniels left and why Bill Belichick brought him back. Tell me how they did. Look that up, somebody, and tell me how they did when Josh McDaniels left New England.
That's gonna be tough, though.
For 3 years,
he left New England to go to Indianapolis.
he left for 3 years, and then he came back for another 12. So you tell me how they did.
Yeah, with
he went to Denver.
Denver with Tebow.
Right.
So for
He
some
did
odd
great
reason,
Denver with Tebow, like
Right.
Josh McDaniels left because he didn't have a job anymore.
Right.
but if there was the offense, he wouldn't have needed him.
Right. So Josh McDaniel goes to Denver 3 years with Tim Tebow. Doesn't do jack shit. Basically calls Bill like, "Can I come back?" And Bill's like, "Yeah, you still gonna run my shit?" And he's like, "Yeah."
But did Bill call him back?
Yeah,
Bill call him back?
They're only showing 2 years. Yeah, I can't tell how long.
2009 and 2010. So
yeah, I see that in Denver. But it's not showing me any of the New England stats.
What was the record?
10-6.
And what were the year when they would do with Josh McDaniels?
Hold on, I think I pulled up the wrong one. Give me a second.
Yeah, you got the computer. I'm doing it on my phone. I can't keep up.
It was 10-6, and they made the playoffs in 2009. 2010, 14-2.
Okay.
Yeah, he just wanted his squad back. And he probably ain't come back for the same cash. He said, "See, now you was in Indianapolis now. We showed
The Broncos were in the bottom of the AFC West that year.
But I'd be going to a young rookie coach. This is what he does now his second go round after he had a little more time. Them time when he first stepped out there, of course he wasn't ready to be a head coach. He took his chances. So I'm not going to dog him for that. But I do know he came back and he started winning again. Now, based upon that, Bill Belichick, and now he lost Tom Brady. You can't now who won the Super Bowl now? I mean, who gonna go on that record now? When Belichick had Tom Brady, they won their rings. Everybody said that it was Belichick that made Tom Brady. But Tom Brady went on and won a Super Bowl the very same year he walked away from Belichick. And now Belichick can't say jack.
Oh, no, so but Belichick won't leave until he wins another ring.
Oh, and he's going to.
My point is,
and he will.
He was doing good in Cleveland, but he wasn't doing good enough to Cleveland let him go. So what I'm saying is they all have mistakes out there. So we will see. I'm just asking the question was, how will Mac Jones do now with a different coordinator? And I don't think they're going to run the same.
And my argument is I think they will run the same shit because I think it's Belichick's
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. My debate is I don't think they'll run the same offense.
I think you'll see the same offense with different plays in it. Like you might see.
They may go to a different section of the playbook, but it's still going to be the same playbook.
I think you're going to see whoever the new coordinator is add his shit in there, but it's going to be gradually. It's not going to be, it's still going to look like the same Mac with flares of. You know what I mean? Like plays that are like, ooh, we didn't expect that from the Patriots. Belichick
is going to hand the Patriots playbook to the new offensive coordinator, and he's going to be like, if you have any play ideas, we can talk. Mm-hmm. That's how that's going to go down.
I do agree with that.
And see, on that note, he better be getting somebody. He's not going to get nobody spectacular as offensive coordinator because no offensive coordinator with their right mind who thinks that they are a superstar offensive coordinator are going to walk in and let somebody give me your old playbook and tell me I got to run your stuff when I'm trying to name for myself.
Except for those that want the Belichick name on their resume.
That's a good point.
Be able to say that I am part of Belichick's coaching tree.
Right.
Because that has given people jobs in the NFL for the last 2 decades.
Right.
They were just talking. Hold up. When they just hired Josh McDaniels, they just talked about that. The hope that he would be the one, because everybody who's leaving the Belichick era, their coaches have not spanned out and been anything successful yet.
Which is fair. But I still think having that name attached to it is
it might open a door, but there's a lot of people out there don't believe that you are the man yet, because most of the coaches that left Belichick didn't do well.
I mean, the two coaches that people care if you were part of their organization are Andy Reid and Bill Belichick.
Right.
And I will agree. Andy Reid's coaching tree has been more successful in the NFL than Bill Belichick's.
Yeah, they said they had that statistic. They did have that up statistically.
I mean, I'll use my head coach as a case in point there with Mr. McDermott. But
Right.
Did you watch that movie on Netflix yet? Have you seen it, Pops?
Which one? Kevin James.
Yeah, where he's Sean McDermott.
Yeah, I seen that.
Sean Payton. I said Sean
Where he
McDermott.
got, where he had the coach, he got suspended.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I seen it. It was pretty cute.
That's a good way to put it.
It's cute.
He did a good decent job trying to be serious, but yet he still looked like Kevin James.
Right. But why were we
because we was asking about how do we feel like the second year coach, the quarterbacks are going to do this.
Oh,
year.
right.
I mean,
that's how
we went in on Mac.
Yeah, I see.
Because
that's
honestly,
how we got there.
What's the name? I think the Chicago Bears, now that Justin Fields has picked up Julio Jones, my question where I was going back with that was starting out was, what do we think Julio Jones would do with Justin Fields, considering the fact that he went out this year and laid an egg?
Now, I honestly
signed with the Bears.
Yeah, he went with the Bears now. To my understanding, I could be wrong, but I thought I seen him talk about he got picked up by
look that up, because I do think that
that
is a good.
When I did my stuff earlier. Yeah, he's still a free agent, Pops. He might be.
Okay, my fault. It was something I seen that was on the one of the podcasts. I heard somebody talking about that.
Yeah, he's still a free agent.
That might actually be a good
place for him.
Yeah,
he's 33.
Yeah, I said on the podcast. I think the podcast put out there. I might have caught the end of the podcast and they were just talking about it. But I was just wondering, because if he did go with Justin Fields, that would be a nice pickup. And I was wondering how.
Be a good, yeah.
That'd be a nice pickup.
I think that would be a good fit on both ends.
Like I said, I mean, the only thing is he's 33. You're going against these Jalen Ramseys and these other big name corners, man. They shutting shit down. They ain't going for no Julio Jones.
Jalen Ramsey's ain't sprinkled throughout the league.
There's a lot of good cornerbacks in the league right now.
There are a few.
Did you hear about I'm glad you brought this up. Did you hear about the cornerback J.C. Jackson for the Patriots? What he said about the Raiders and Devontae Adams?
No, what did he say?
He said, y'all need to be ready for them. He said, y'all need to be ready for playing a team like them. So the point that I'm making is there's a good amount of elite cornerbacks in the league right now.
But just because they say shit, people are saying what they're supposed to say.
Right. But they're still playing good. I mean,
but how many real quarterbacks are out there? Like real elite cornerbacks. Cornerbacks.
Yeah.
How many elite?
Stephen Gilmore, Patrick Peterson, Richard Sherman, Casey Hayward.
Wait, because it's clear that you're reading off a list right now.
Right, these are the elite cornerbacks.
Listen, Casey Hayward for the Raiders, love him to death. I'm not putting him elite.
You just because you don't put him elite doesn't mean statistically they.
I think he's elite.
Though.
I don't know.
Yep. He's locked down. I think he's locked down.
Now me, I'm thinking your boy. I'm thinking
Abrams.
No. All right. No, let's just Jair Alexander, right? We agree, right? Jair Alexander.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, okay. Jalen Ramsey, Marlon Humphrey, Xavier Howard.
Right, for Miami.
James Bradbury from the Giants, Stephen Gilmore, Tre'Davious White from Coach Mike's team, Denzel Ward, William Jackson III, Marcus Peters, Richard Sherman.
Sherman's
I mean, so I just named at least 13 J.C. Jackson.
There are a few questionables on there.
Kyle Fuller for the Broncos.
And then here's the thing, though. If you can name, 15...
Then it's not elite. Yeah, I know that's where you're going with that.
And regardless of it, right? Even if all 15 are A1 elite, there's 30 teams.
Right.
There's 2 cornerback positions.
Right.
There's how many wide receivers on the field?
Wait, you said there's 2 cornerback positions, Cliff. There's more than 2. What do you mean?
You got safety, you got free safety.
No, not even just that.
I'm saying your 2 main cornerback positions, regardless of your defensive formation.
Right.
Your 2 main cornerback positions. So out of that 15, in 30 teams in 2 different positions, with all those elite receivers, we have multiple elite receivers on one team. So it's a point where you have to make a choice who to put your elite cornerback on. It's not like you have 2 on one team.
Right.
There's only a few teams with elite receivers that have more than 1 elite receiver on each team, Cliff. There's
Name me a team that has 2 elite corners.
Nobody.
The Jets. Did you hear me? Did you hear me? I said the Jets.
Probably Miami. Miami's got some good cornerbacks. Baltimore.
Cleveland got decent when they're healthy.
Cleveland. Yeah.
I was talking about all these AFC East and North teams, and I'm sitting here like, you guys realize what Josh Allen put up, right? Like,
but it doesn't matter, Mike.
Justin Herbert.
But Mike, but hold on, Mike. Mike, you're talking about stats, which I get what he put up. I respect that, I acknowledge that. But at the end of the day,
Derek Carr, for that matter, he put up 42, almost 43 this year.
But you can't blame that on the corners.
What you blame it on?
Because usually it's not the corner.
You could throw
it's the safeties.
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill can catch a nice little quick slant, and he's going right through the middle.
Right.
And that's a lack of core.
That's the
like
linebacker
about.
And he runs by the safeties.
The
Hunter Renfro's dangerous in the middle of a field because of the linebacker.
And
the
outside.
The linebacker position is the weakest position in the NFL right now. Across.
Yeah, our tight end is one of the tops, and he's going up against most linebackers.
And that's how those 2 things go together. Like, if the tight end is one of the top positions in the league right now, at some point defense needs to catch the fuck up and rebuild the linebacking cores of the mid 2000s and the late 90s.
That makes sense to me.
Which goes back to what you said before. There's no dominant head banging linebackers, because now linebackers now have to be big corners or big safeties.
Right.
Because these tight ends are not playing like blockers anymore. Now these tight ends are going out for passes, so now you have to have linebackers that can cover.
Right. Well, and you make a choice with your linebackers. Are they a rush linebacker or are they a drop linebacker?
Right.
Because you have this new player, this new position that's popped up over the last couple of years of the edge guy, right? Yeah.
Mark, handle your business real quick. I know you got a couple topics. Throw them out there because I have to run to the bathroom.
All right, that's cool.
Can't make it through a 2-hour show.
No,
couldn't make it through last night either.
He got one inside. That's why he told you you're gonna need some time out.
Oh yeah. He about to be in.
He got what he got to break up in there.
Yeah. How do y'all feel about the Saints re-signing Jameis Winston to a 2-year, $28 million deal?
I think that's a smart move. I think it's a joke.
You think it's a joke, Pops? All right.
I never liked Jameis Winston, man. He never grew up to maturity. He's got all the skills, but his brain is still like 3 years old. He's still trying to play games.
But I think a 2-year contract is exactly probably where he needs to be, because then it means that you're not afraid to get rid of him either during the season or after the season. And right now,
and that gives you time to get the next 2 years.
Right. They're just trying to rebuild and set the future up behind the scenes right now. They're not worried about the quarterback spot. They'll figure out the quarterback spot, but they're going to build the rest of the organization so that they can bring in a quarterback, and maybe the quarterback ends up being the missing piece there.
I'll give you that.
What do
Yeah.
you think, Michael Brown?
I forget who he's talking about.
James
Jameis
Winston.
Winston.
Oh, okay. 30 for 30 guy. Okay. I think it was a pretty good move on New Orleans' behalf. Mike, once again, he'll get you over 4,000 yards.
See, because every quarterback gets you over.
I'm just
Right.
kidding,
See,
bro.
that's what I'm
I'm
saying.
just kidding.
Honestly, though,
That's a 30 for 30 quarterback, though. That's a good deal for him. 2 years.
I don't know why I'm stuck on this, but I mean, honestly, and I know y'all gonna rob me for it, but the things that I don't care because I'm a rebel anyway.
Yeah.
But I'd rather have Colin Kaepernick
I'd love to have him
For
on a
what?
lot of teams.
instead of Jameis Winston. I'd rather have him. I think Colin Kaepernick.
Oh, okay.
He wants to play football. He has a desire to play football. He learned from his mistakes, and he's really trying his hardest. So I'd rather have I want somebody who really who's dying hard to get back and to prove himself than somebody who takes it as a game. Takes it as a joke. That's just my call.
No, I
Just my
definitely understand that.
What you think, Cliff? We was talking about the re-signing of Jameis Winston, 2-year, $28 million.
I think that's decent. I think that's decent, right? Because it's not like, first of all, Jameis Winston was on par to be an elite quarterback last year.
He was.
If he wouldn't have got hurt.
Right.
And I do think he's another one, like we've been talking about, just on a higher level than the Wentzes and who else did we name in there? The Mariotas.
Yeah,
I think he's
could
on
agree.
I think he's on a slightly higher level. Like if it was a video game and we were grading them, I think that the Wentzes and Mariotas would be B minuses. And
Right.
I said not Winston. The
Wentz and
Wentz
Mariota.
and Winston would be
Winston,
a B,
yeah.
B plus.
Yeah. He has potential. I mean, he got the eye surgery last year, the year before to fix the.
And it looked like it did something too, though. It really did look like it improved something.
His vision. Yeah, he said he had bad vision in Tampa. I mean, to your point, Pops, I still think he definitely has some more maturing. But it seems like he might be on his way, though. Like he might be starting to hit that trajectory slowly.
Hey, I'm not down on him. I don't want to put him down.
Right.
His maturity level is one thing. That's the thing with me.
I agree.
I'm hungry for people who are hungry.
Right.
I don't want people just skating through. He has all the talent in the world. If people just put the maturity and the desire behind his talent, he will be unstoppable. He's a big force.
Right.
But I just don't like his the antics on the sideline. The antics. I just don't like the antics, man. That right there turns me off. I don't like that.
I agree with you, and not only do I agree, I feel like that's the issue with Las Vegas now. I think eventually, like 3-4 years down the line, you're going to see them be an all-free agency team because it's too hard to draft children out of college and put them in a place like Las Vegas where they're superstars and not expect them to get in trouble some way, shape, or form.
Exactly. You have all the talent in the world. You just don't have that desire, that passion, that fight to want to win. It's just that you're just going through your emotions based upon your talent. And when your talent's not getting you through,
Right.
Okay, I just let it go. That's why Baker's having the same problem because Baker has all the talent in the world.
What did you say, Mike?
I said, how did we come back to talking about the Raiders and Carr? Like the fifth time?
He said he didn't like him. He said he didn't like Carr.
Cliff brought up Vegas and said it's going to be free.
Listen, can we talk about the Buffalo Bills just for a couple minutes?
Right.
Just a couple
Nobody
minutes.
cares
please.
about Von Miller's old ass on y'all's rest.
Hey, it's his
They have
birthday
a
today.
decent quarterback who can scramble and throw the ball. He's used to cold
He can
weather.
run.
I just
Come
heard
on,
that they
man.
signed Josh Allen to a
Like
two-way
the quickest white
deal.
quarterback in the
Now he's
league.
playing linebacker too.
Yeah.
He could do it though. I bet you he
He
did.
probably could. For real.
Right.
I
Yeah.
like the field.
He's built like an old school middle linebacker.
Right.
Hey, though, no cap though. If he would have had like another 5 minutes with the Kansas City Chiefs, he would have won.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with that.
I agree.
They needed a whole nother quarter to
I
sort
had
that shit
Buffalo
out.
coming out last year.
Buffalo looks good.
Yeah, I had Buffalo coming out last year.
I had the Eagles.
No, you didn't.
I actually thought that what's your down tackle there, Mike? Was it Ed Oliver?
Yeah,
Wasn't it
Ed Oliver.
I thought Ed Oliver would be more of a monster than what he is. I thought he would be a sack.
Again, this goes back to there are no interior linemen in the NFL outside of Ndamukong Suh.
Okay, I get that.
There just
I
aren't.
get
And
that.
there aren't any in the college level either. Like all the big names coming out of college are all these fucking edge rushers again.
No, well, not this year. This year, I don't know. He's kind of lazy, but he did run. He surprised everybody in the combine.
Oh yeah,
But that Jordan.
Okay, yeah.
Johnson.
But still, we're talking one.
Jordan, David Jordan, or what's his name?
Talk about that big boy from Georgia.
For Georgia. They say he's a mauler, a grader, a hole plugger. He's fast, he's strong. But the problem I see,
I think he can do whatever. What do you want, a 4.7?
he ran fast for a big man.
A 4.7 for 350 pounds, a 6'4"
Yeah, I'm
boy.
not gonna say what he ran, but I'm just saying I know he ran fast, and they said he was
I'm pretty
strong.
sure it was a 4.7.
If it's the same dude I was thinking of, it was a 4.6 something, but I don't.
Jordan Davis, ain't it? Jordan David or Jordan?
Let me look him up.
All I know is he was a beast. When I watched him play against Bama both times, but he
He's
played
going to be a
against.
problem this year.
His only thing I liked was the first time they played against Bama, he walked out because he got tired.
What?
He left the field the first time they lost. When Georgia first lost to Bama, he left the game because he kept getting tired.
It's Jordan Davis.
Yeah,
Okay.
Jordan Davis.
But okay, so that's one. Like,
yeah, I just said we got a lot of them. I'm just named off one. I just said
I'm with you. But that's kind of my point. Is that it used to be able to get 2 or 3 guys like that coming out of the draft, right?
Yeah, the Warren Sapps and them.
Right.
Oh shit!
But their money ain't there no more. Now they paying the defensive ends.
They're saying it's another dude. Wanye Thomas runs a 4.55 out of Georgia Tech.
How big is he, though?
What's interesting is both the Georgia defensive tackles are projected to go in the first round.
Right.
Yeah.
They both were good. That whole line was good.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
That whole line was good.
That's interesting. But the only thing I really wanted to talk about before we wrap up is Odell. What happens to my nigga, man? What happens to my nigga?
He's in talks with the Rams. They're trying to work on a little something.
Bringing him back.
Wants him back. If he can get healthy, he's going to stay in L.A. If he can get healthy, he's going to be in L.A.
He going back.
But then he said he was open to going back to
I know
Cleveland.
he's talking about that.
I think what he's doing is he's throwing a wrench in the game. Like you
Trying to get
fucking
some
up
money.
you fucking up the church's money, right? Because if you have a shot at coming back with LA off of an injury, you shut the fuck up and take that shot.
Exactly.
Now you offering yourself out to other teams because you getting nervous and you're fucking up the church's money. Like, just cool out for a second. It's time.
I come back to maturity.
You got to come back from your injury, man.
Right.
Just get healthy.
Take what you can get.
But I understand why he would want to come back to Cleveland.
What's going on with that last thing they said? Anybody heard anything about that?
What
Was Sean Watson? That last little thing that came out.
He got cleared on
Yeah.
all. He just got
On that
cleared.
one,
Go ahead and continue.
He still got 22 silver suits, though.
No, they dismissed him the other day. They're not
Yeah.
gonna
Oh, did-
continue with him.
I know it
They
just
already
came out
decided.
with Thursday. They had one more on him.
And
That
he
they
had
brought it up.
No, they had an article that came out yesterday about him talking about why he was shocked that anybody would believe that took place type shit. And you know what? I'm gonna take time to I'll apologize, right? Because I was one of the ones. Now, I didn't say that I thought it was true. And I was one of the ones that advocated that. I'm sure Texas has said something. But I was definitely the same guy that made fun when the massage therapist was talking about him asking for them to put fingers in his butt.
I didn't know.
I definitely was making fun of him for that on the show, and I would like to apologize.
I don't.
Man, you should have known that was all some bullshit.
Well, I don't want to make fun of anybody for wanting fingers in their butt. I'm just saying,
Michael Brown.
I'm just saying a massage therapist might not be the
Malcolm
person to
King.
ask.
Yeah, old five finger.
Malcolm King got a massage table set up in that beach house right behind his back right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Where's your male massage therapist at, Malcolm?
She's on break right now. I told her.
No, where is he at?
Oh shit.
So
he's right there talking. He's
Coach Mike. Coach Mike. Does Deshaun Watson, he still have some cases going on, don't he? Some civil cases?
I don't think so. I think
dismissed.
No, they dismissed.
I think he's
There's two different things they got him on.
NFL.com said 2 days ago that they went ahead and they're not gonna they're dismissing it. Like it's not gonna keep being pursued.
Now here's the thing. Do I think that he probably pushed the line with some of these women?
No.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm
40
sure.
of them.
He pushed the line. But
40 of them.
You give some 20-year-old that kind of money, I'd be pushing the line too. So
that's what I'm saying, and I think it depends on what's the line actually.
Did y'all hear that question?
Is it
He wanted
fingers
to
in the
go up
butt?
there.
Because if that's the case, I'm not
No.
pushing that line.
He wanted him to go ahead and whack his weasel off real quick. That's what he wanted.
he was going to the wrong parlors. Sounds like it was the problem.
I'm not paying you.
Right.
I'm not paying you for something I could do
It
myself.
honestly sounds like they turned escorts into massage parlors. Honestly, what they tell you.
Right.
Right. But he had 40
I'll pay
massages.
myself.
Like, bro,
That's a
None
lot.
of them say anything until like 3 days after he said he wanted to leave
Look,
Houston.
Cliff,
Right.
at that point, if he just kept it to himself and not done that at all, it'd be between himself, and I. Shit, he shouldn't have been asking nobody nothing. And the thing is, hold on, the only thing that made me kind of suspicious is when the media had asked him, well, why did you have over 40 different massage people or whatever? And I'm like, that is a lot. Like, right? That is
But
like,
what was his reply though?
he
That
said,
he's been in Houston. He's been in Houston all those years.
he said it was due to business needs. He said sometimes they be booked, and based off of his stuff he had.
I mean, that may
on.
be understandable though, because
40.
well,
Because
let's think about it.
For a couple of times a week. I'm thinking from my lifestyle where I'm like, if I get one a year, it's out there.
But let's think about it. Like you're an athlete, and we all know how the NBA is. Some of them make you get rubbed down after the game before you go. You remember they had the Draymond in practice showing him getting rubbed down before he started the practice. They have the massage table on the court type shit. So what I'm saying is when you're an NFL player and a quarterback at that, and you're getting banged up, I wouldn't imagine it to be uncommon for you to get massaged 3 times a week.
Right. Or every day.
Right. Or every day after every practice. Now, I can definitely imagine masseuses being booked to where they couldn't accommodate your need if you need it that frequently, regardless of what your name is. And the ones that do, the ones that make time, I might be able to ask for,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Cliff, at the same time, Cliff, this is a man who's an athlete with a lot of money. So if there's a scheduling conflict, if it's me, I'm gonna be like, well, I'm gonna tip you an extra if you can make some time to get me in.
That's what got him in trouble.
But
Right.
yeah,
You know what?
Go ahead, Pop.
The key was what you said, Mal. You said a man with a lot of money.
Right.
If not one of them would have came out, wouldn't one of them want to get on in on it. But when one decided to see if she could cash in, all of them else said, "Hey, I'm gonna try to cash in."
Be left out, right?
So that's the problem. Everybody jumped on the bandwagon, which made it like a little bit too much.
Right.
It's collusion.
Well, if y'all letting, not y'all, but if America's letting Bill Cosby out, let my boy Deshaun Watson.
We don't gotta say that about him because my nigga's cool.
Underrated.
Right.
What?
Cliff,
How do you put Bill Cosby and Deshaun Watson in the same sentence?
Because Bill Cosby was a representation on TV of this is a strong black male figure for a family.
But you know what I did?
He was on a Jell-O pudding pop commercial, man.
It don't matter. He was a face. He was a face.
He was spiking people's drinks, my man.
But we did not. We did have this conversation earlier, and I said what it was I think the correlation between the two is when Bill Cosby came out and they was saying all these 40 women or whatever, however many women, they thought it was logical to put 20-some, 30-some on Deshaun, and it's like, well, come on now. Why is everybody a serial?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, why does everybody have to have 30-some? And I think that's where they messed up. And now he's talking back about it. And I think Cleveland's the perfect place to be able to talk back about it. Because Cleveland ain't going to say shit. As long as he's performing on the field, they don't give a fuck what you talking about Texas.
They don't. They don't.
So you may hear a lot more to come. There may be a book coming from Deshaun Watson after this. But I was just concerned about my nigga Odell and his locket.
He got a baby. He's all right. He got a baby. He just had a baby boy. He's okay.
Right, but that nigga can't perform for another 18 years.
Well, what I'm saying is he got money. He got money to figure out what he's got going on until his next move comes.
Yeah, no, I'm just bullshitting. I'm not concerned. That nigga good. He better off than I am. I'm just saying.
Right. But now I am kind of surprised. Can I say this though? I am kind of surprised, y'all, that there's Odells out there still waiting to be signed. When Christian Kirk, the third option for the Arizona Cardinals, got signed to a big contract with Jacksonville for like a number one wide receiver kind of contract. He got signed big money. And Odell's still out there. Stuff like that kind of puzzles me.
Injured.
But he'll be back.
But there's a chance you don't get Odell at 100% this next season.
There's a chance you don't get Robert Woods at 100%, but he's still a Tennessee Titan.
Can I say one name that's going to piss everybody off?
Let's hear it.
Antonio Brown.
Oh my God! Here we go.
What you think?
He's not going to go nowhere. He's not going nowhere. He's hanging out. And I'll tell you why he's not. With all the scrutiny Kanye West got right now and the fact that he's been hanging out with him a lot, oh yeah, America's not about to deal with him no more.
It ain't about America. It's about his quarterback.
What up, Coach? What you think?
Right. What you think, Coach Mike?
Right.
Waiting on you, Coach.
Thank you.
He's passing. Completing the fifth on this.
Then those owners are not about to sit around and sign. They know who Kanye West is. They know the BS he's in. They know the BS Antonio Brown's done. They're not finna keep playing these games with people like Antonio Brown.
Speaking for all of the old white men in America, we're gonna sit Antonio Brown right next to Kaepernick.
Right next to Kaepernick.
Oh, right.
They're both done. They're both done.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, he wanted to get naked that last game. That's what fucked his career up.
I mean, as a football coach, and I've talked about this, I've seen that shit at the high school level. I've never seen that at the NFL level. Get the fuck out of here.
Wow.
Hey.
It's that hit he took from Montez Burfict of Cincinnati. He ain't been right since that hit.
Nope, they fucked his head all up.
Yeah.
Wow, he need to be on something.
I guess. I don't know. I guess.
I don't see nobody picking him up, though, Dion.
I don't know.
I'm
He can
just
go to Las Vegas.
Nah, I'm not even going to put that out. Nah, I'm not doing that. You said go to Vegas.
He can go to Vegas.
Nah, they already tried that.
Right.
John
Been there,
Gruden,
done that.
They already tried that.
He said he's a man first.
But I ain't
I'm
got
a man
nothing else.
first.
Does anybody have anything else to take us out, and then we can hit the showers?
Be a good year for football.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
What's today, the 25th?
26th.
26th, okay.
Yeah.
Anybody, my boy, childhood partner, his daughter fought last night for a championship belt,
Oh, yeah, you
flyweight.
said that. Did she win?
I wonder if she won or not. Pouncey, tap out Queen Pouncey. Jasmine, tap out Queen Pouncey. I wonder if she won last night.
Let me see.
I want to give a shout out if she did. Even if she didn't, I want to tell her and her dad, you know, I'm proud of y'all. But, she's supposed to be doing, she won a belt before. I'm wondering if she did anything last night. Anybody?
Kari Wang.
Flyweight, Jasmine, tap out Queen Pouncey.
I mean, I have videos,
California.
but it's not telling me anything
Yeah,
about
belt
a
like
recent
that.
fight.
They got a belt like that.
Got a belt like that. We got a fighter too, but she won't fight.
Yeah, it's not telling. It's saying that she's 1-1-0.
She lost.
She lost.
Yep.
He lost.
Yeah,
Shut up.
says she's 1-1-0.
Submitted rear naked choke.
Wow.
Your neck is choke. Oh my goodness.
I like to see my granddaughter get out there
It's all
herself.
right.
Which one? Pops Karma?
Karma.
She ain't, man. We did work last time she was over here, but I mean, she's very teachable, but her commitment is not there.
Yeah, not there.
Well, send
We
it
got
to
a
your
few
dad.
We gotta wait on that one.
Nah, she ain't going. You can't. She's not one that you can force.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, she'll be there.
She alright regardless.
Hey, if anything, she gonna be a fucking co-host. I seen that one episode. I told you a little bit of that one.
Michael, you got some kids to throw in the ring. We you know, you got us. We can coach
His
them up.
kids ain't jumping in the ring.
No,
They light skin, they bruise easy like creatures. Like
Michael, get him. Michael, you hear him talk about your grandkids? Get Cliff. This is your grandkids.
They bruise easy like creatures.
Yeah, I know that's right. Ain't no denial in that.
Hey, tell him that Elijah boy though. That
Yeah, he's wild.
Crazy.
He's wild.
You don't give a shit.
He is a
He don't
wild
give a,
one.
he don't give a damn.
Yeah.
Nigga choke me up right now if I keep talking too loud. Fuck around.
You better not say that nigga name 3 times, bro. Better not say his name.
I fuck with him. Them is both my babies. I ain't playing. But they light skin, they bruise easy. Let's keep
They
them out
do
there.
too.
Unless they got good dodge. Mia still got them gloves. I'm gonna come over there and I'm gonna work with her one time just to see where her head's at.
Yeah, please do. Please.
Cause she's a little too princessy for me.
Right.
You know.
What did you say, Mike? Andrew?
I was gonna say I also need him to come whoop up on his nephew too.
Man.
Oh yeah, no, we definitely got. Why haven't I gotten him gloves?
Right? No, actually don't. No. You keep the gloves at your house.
Oh yeah, no, that
I'll
boy.
send it to you.
Right.
He might put Mike to sleep one time
Andrew,
when
hell
Mike's
yeah.
not looking, boy.
Look,
That man
right.
is built like a grown man.
Yeah.
He gonna put him to sleep when he sleep. Oh, Dad, check out my new right hook.
Man, listen. Yeah,
All
you-
100.
You might be right on that one.
Year-old shit.
You might be right on that one.
Hey, Coach Mike, I see why you hit the gym so much now. You gotta be.
That's because I got.
That's what it is. He worried about Andrew when he get older.
It's not it ain't you, it ain't me, it ain't nobody in the world. It's the son.
Listen, that's exactly what that is.
Oh, shit.
But who are hit the showers?
I coach somebody's kid.
You said what?
I got a lot of coaching left in me. I want to coach somebody's kid.
I'll sign Andrew up.
Yeah, that's the one right there.
Right,
So you get
right.
to.
Yeah. Hit the showers. Who y'all got? I'm trying to think of mine.
My hit the showers is the whole hit the showers crew. I've told y'all many times, let's hook up, let's go out, get some bowling, get some drinking, laughing. And I seem to can't get none of y'all fuckers to do shit.
Well, hold on.
No, I can say this. I can't talk about my. I gotta leave White Mike out of this because he will at least invite you to his house to get you drunk.
Right.
He let you go home and get a DUI, but he will invite you.
That's on
to
you.
get drunk.
Leave at your own risk.
Right.
We got like 8 beds at this house now, so
I've been
anybody
giving you
wants to
love.
crash,
Like
you
you, I've
can.
been-
Right. Leave at your
Okay.
own risk.
Don't threaten me with a good time, shit.
But no,
Now, we
I
put that
agree
together,
with that. Hit the
Pops.
showers. I actually agree with that.
I've been telling your son the other day about that. I was just
Nah, he
telling Cliff
did.
about that
Mouth
yesterday.
did bring it up.
Yeah.
I
Well,
think
I've
it
got
was
alternating
Thursday.
Saturday nights now, so
I said I
Let's do
would
it.
buy all the
Okay.
pictures. I did say I would buy the pictures of beer. So I
And
know.
Michael Brown, you was just in town too. You a punk, Michael. You was just in Columbus.
See, I already
last
told
week.
y'all we got
was
chicken. I
sleeping
told
on
you
the
I buy the
couch.
chicken. I buy a
Thank you,
bunch of
thank
chicken
you,
and the
Cliff.
wings and the beer. I told you I would buy the first $150 on me. But y'all don't want to go out for me. It's on y'all. Honestly.
I do. Look. Don't.
Yeah, we will.
Well, I know
I'll
you
get
should.
permission again. I'll come over there.
Okay.
I'm gonna circle us back here. My hit the showers is a little bit off the wall, but with WrestleMania weekend coming up,
Okay.
Ooh.
Vince
Oh.
McMahon.
Oh.
Vince McMahon hit the shower.
For what?
What do
I
you do?
don't know what has happened to the product, but my son has like gotten into it, and so I've been watching it with him. The product right now is trash.
Yes.
Product is trash in the WWE.
It is.
Yeah.
It's
You watched
just
SmackDown last night?
No, I did not. But I've been watching like the pay-per-views and that kind of stuff, just kind of catching up, looking at the road to WrestleMania. I know like Austin's coming back to fight Kevin
He
Owens.
is.
Is that what I saw?
He is. Yeah.
Like,
he is.
He has not developed
I
a
like
new
Austin.
star
I do too.
in 15 years.
Wait, who?
Right.
Vince McMahon?
Vince McMahon has
Brock
not
Lesnar?
developed.
Brock Lesnar
He did
and
not
Roman
develop Brock Lesnar. And Lesnar has been in around
For 20 years.
professional wrestling for longer
For
than
years.
Reigns? That's true. Well, shit, I don't tell you, Mike. I gotta think about that one. Yeah, I didn't know we was gonna bring that up. Shit, I gotta do my
Yeah, you the wrestling. You
So maybe
and Mike.
we
Got
can
me
get a
over here wrestling
We get a wrestling conversation going on another time, but I wanted to throw that out there.
We talked
Maybe-
about that, Mike. Remember if we could squeeze
Yep.
something in one day or something. We talked about that.
Wow. But I agree with you. They are trash, though. Good one.
All right, and with that, I gotta bounce because I gotta piss. Take it
All
easy.
right,
All
Mike.
right,
All right, Mike.
Michael Brown. We'll just keep the shit. Dion, you got one, Michael Brown? Because Pops already won. Y'all got y'all's at the showers.
Well, did anybody
Oh, let me
explain
explain
it to Dion? Damn.
Well, Dion, you probably kind of get it, Dion. It's like donkey of the day, but for the hit the showers of the sports world is what we say. So somebody you feel like didn't do well, or just pissed you off, or is in some shit, and you feel like they just need to hit the showers. So
I
who
had
do you
one,
feel
and I
like?
feel like I lost it.
Yeah,
The whole Pittsburgh organization right now.
Right, you talking all that shit, trying to hype Pittsburgh up, and so quick to have him hit the showers.
They cut them. Yeah.
They need to make some better decisions on what the fuck they gonna do.
man.
Stop with the backup quarterback shit.
Hey, Dion, Uncle Vince will be shitty right now, huh? All this, Uncle Vince has been shitty seeing his team.
Yeah, he need to be
like
shitty
this.
right now. My pops be mad at the motherfucker if these bastards ain't doing shit.
Yeah.
I'd be
He
calling
was
him
talking
talking shit.
motherfuckers.
Right. Trubisky.
Hey.
Trubisky.
Hey.
Trubisky.
I like to say my showers is
Fuck out of here.
To who, Michael?
I'm gonna do it to y'all again. And the reason I'm gonna do it to y'all like this because he
Who's y'all?
they brought him up about coming back to the Las Vegas Raiders, and that's Trent Brown.
He just re-signed
Let me
a
tell you
2-year
something.
contract.
Yeah, with the I'm glad he did. Yes. Still, he makes my stomach turn. You know, for what he done in Las Vegas there when he was there before. Sorry,
Ooh,
Trent Brown. Sorry.
you keep picking on this man. Man, I hope he get
I
on
was
the show
about
one
to, I was
day.
about to call
Kick
it
his
out
ass,
for him,
Cliff.
man. Was still his thunder.
Cliff, I hope he get on the show one day and we see him tell Michael put on them gloves that he been.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, Mom said, Mike,
All I gotta do is to tie some hamburger buns around my wrist. That's all.
you might get your wrist chewed off.
No.
Listen, Mom said
No,
you need to work on that footwork. That's what he
Yeah.
said.
Yeah, yeah, I can
Right.
run. I can still run in place.
Oh my lord, I cannot.
Shit.
Yeah.
Hit the showers. Let me pull up my notes real quick. I feel like I could hit the showers.
I think I gotta get mine to OBJ
Why is that?
because I feel like you played your cards too early. Like you don't start offering yourself up until you feel like There's no way left. Unless we're just late with the updates. You know what I mean? Like maybe he knows already there's no way he's getting signed back with the Rams, which is why he said that.
Coach already said he wanted back.
Coach McVay?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, hit him, OBJ. Like I feel like you shouldn't even have said nothing. You just saw Deshaun Watson was back there and was like,
black on black crime.
I'll go back to the Browns.
Right.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was.
But somebody has to know something, right? Somebody has to know something about that LA organization because Von Miller did the same thing.
Well,
I'll come back to the
said-
Broncos.
He did.
Get the money and get out of there.
Right.
Well,
So there has to be something on the inside going on. So let me take my hit the showers back. Let me give it to the LA Rams.
There you go.
Let
There
me
you
give
go.
it to the Rams because I feel like that's less on OBJ now that I think about it, more on the Rams. Y'all hit the showers.
I'm gonna give mine to Pete Carroll and the Seahawks. I guess the Seahawks made a statement saying that they're not rebuilding, even though Bobby Wagner, they released him out of the blue. Russell Wilson, they traded. They claim they're not rebuilding. They act like they got things under control and they know what they're doing. I don't believe that one bit. Hit the showers. Y'all got everything fucked up in Seattle.
How
right
can
Who's
you
now.
not rebuild?
Right.
What
I
you
heard
gonna say,
Bobby
Pop?
Wagner. Who's Bobby Wagner? I heard he was in the contract talks with
Middle
somebody.
linebacker. He's one of the.
I know it. No.
Yeah.
Who's he with?
Ravens.
I heard he was.
Seattle. Oh, with
The
somebody.
Ravens.
Was it the
The
Ravens? Okay.
Baltimore. Yeah.
Baltimore. I did hear about that. I did. Yes, I did hear about that.
I was wondering about that.
Let me see. Yeah, Bobby Wagner drew intro.
Yeah, I've been saying I think Pete Carroll's like bringing them down from the inside for a while now.
Ravens have high interest in Bobby Wagner. I could see him going
Okay.
to Baltimore, actually. Rams, too. He visited the Rams and the Ravens.
I'm gonna get
I
off
bet the
here.
Rams
Much love,
get 'em.
peeps.
Yep. You
All right,
too.
Big
All
Mike.
right. Good to
I'll
see
be
you.
back.
Okay, we'll get together, man.
Hey, I want to hear it till we see it.
Right.
We're gonna make it happen, though. For
I got
real.
100 on the table. That's a lot of beer and chicken.
Right.
Okay, bad.
I'm with
Nice to be on the show, man. I'll see y'all next time.
you. All right,
All
Dion,
right,
be
all right.
safe. Holler at
Did
me,
you give
cuz.
us
All right.
yours?
No, Dion, you didn't. Yeah, he did. He said the Steelers.
Oh,
Remember?
okay.
To the Steelers.
Yeah.
You hit him with the Steelers, chump.
Yeah, all right. All right, Dion.
Later, cuz.
Later.
All right.
Log off. He just went ghost.
Well, does
Yeah.
anybody have anything to take us out? before
Like,
we go?
like, subscribe, share,
All that.
showerheads. Tune in next Wednesday, NBA night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Eastern Standard.
And yeah, all of that. Share
And make sure
all
you
that.
lock that beach house door up before
Right.
the owners come home and whoop your motherfucking ass.
Who in
Right,
Airbnb?
right.
That's his background.
Oh,
Who's in
Pop,
there,
you thought that I was Pop, you thought that I was really
That's
living in the
his
spotlight
background.
right
He
now?
ain't living
I
life.
thought y'all was kicking it high. Yeah, kicking it nice.
Pops, you see my pool? Pops, you want to come swimming? Let me know. You see this pool?
Listen.
Look, Clip.
I
look,
thought y'all
got
was
some
kicking
floaties.
it nice, man. I thought
No,
God had
Pops,
blessed you.
I don't got the floaties yet for Cliff. I gotta get the floaties for Cliff. For the pool.
Yeah, right.
I thought God had blessed y'all with a nice little vacation. So
Hey, you know what, Pops?
Listen.
I actually kind of got it as my background as kind of like motivation, if that makes sense too. Like as much as it's
Okay.
kind of bullshit, because it's at the same time, I'm kind of like I wouldn't mind one day if I could have something like this and have y'all over, be kicking.
I'm gonna have
So,
one day. I'm hopefully
Right.
next year.
That's the mindset I'm on
that's
right
what
there.
Listen, I'm with that. That's fair.
So showerhead,
My
stay
mindset, I'm
motivated.
One next year.
Right.
but
Fan.
we out this motherfucker.
All right.
Until Next time.
We'll catch y'all.
Until
Wait.
next time.
Oh, bang bang.
We wrapped it up. Hey, Pop,